It is finished. Manchester City 2, West Ham United 1 at the Etihad Stadium in today's early kickoff. As you can tell from my voice, I am absolutely raging that we lost this game. I am absolutely fuming that we lost to a world-class side who have won 20 games in a row thanks to us. I am absolutely fuming that we let them concede 2 goals. Can't believe it. Wasn't worth getting up at 5 AM in the morning for, was it? Absolute joke. Fuming. Sarcasm. That was my impression of a West Ham Twitter keyboard warrior. That was my impression of a West Ham fan, and it's a minority at the minute, who's saying that West Ham was shocking and deserved to lose that game. You're having a Turkish, mate, aren't you? Seriously? Clearly weren't watching that game. Let me tell you what you should have been saying if you fall into that category and you're watching this video. If you fall into the category of, I'm a West Ham fan and I'm pissed off that West Ham lost to a world-class side, let me try and change that. Roll the titles right now. I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning to watch this game, then I went back to sleep, so that's why I'm recording this a little later than usual. Look, I got up at 5 for this game. I'm a bit tired, but I'm not too annoyed about the fact that I had to get up at that time. The game was worth watching. Okay, it was worth watching. West Ham played really well. And in brief, I'm very proud of all of those players. Proud of everyone who put on that shirt and gave an absolute 110% shift. I am a little bit gutted that West Ham came away with nothing from the game, but we matched City. We matched City so many times in that game, kept them grounded, stopped them from getting any balls through, made sure that we did things right on our end, and in the end it's unlucky that West Ham lost the game. At the same time, City are top of the league for a reason. They are where they are for a reason. They've won 20 in a row because they're so excellent and they're so amazing. So if you are still saying that West Ham are crap and useless, please stop watching this video right now. Well, that's all I'm going to say about any negativity for this game. I have got my phone right here because I put all of my game notes on the phone as opposed to writing it down. Didn't have time to get the notepad and I was quite cosy in bed, so I've put it all down on my phone. Team lineups to start with. Fabianski hurt his elbow, apparently had it stepped on in training, so Darren Randolph had to start in goal. Defensively, West Ham set up for this game. Ben Johnson came in and Jared Bowen was dropped. City dropped Cancelo, started Aguero in this game. They also dropped Phil Foden, which I think they could have brought on at the time of the pre-game and all the events leading up to it. I thought they could have brought on Phil Foden in the second half because Man City's bench still had £50 million worth of talent, at least that amount of money. And they could bring on anybody in that second half to make a massive difference. West Ham did too. We had Benrahma, Lanzini, Bowen, like I mentioned, Odebeko even, players like that who could come on for us in the offensive part of things. But City had the superior bench and overall the superior team to West Ham. Thomas Souček's birthday is today, so happy birthday Thomas, 26 years old today. He nearly got a perfect birthday gift from Ederson. Ederson has a bit of a miscommunication with a Man City defender, kind of half-heartedly passes it between the defender and Souček. Souček wins the ball back and Souček commits a foul. So City got off quite lucky in that sense. City moved the ball around, but not as much as I thought they could have. West Ham just stayed defensively grounded. Coufal and Rice in particular were staying tight on a lot of City players. Containment was the key in that first half for West Ham, especially in the first half of the first half, so i.e. the opening first 22-23 minutes. Every time a City player ran towards the box, there was about 3 or 4 West Ham players on that guy and making sure that he wouldn't get past. And it did work. in all honesty. It did work. Ben Johnson was struggling in this game. He couldn't make any passes. He couldn't get the ball off of any City players. No matter how hard he tried to get near Man City, he couldn't get the ball off of them. Johnson wasn't having the best game, but he's only young. He's not as experienced as his other defenders, and it's a bit wrong to really slate him at this point. He made his debut against Man City and pocketed Aguero when it was the same fixture at the same stadium in February 2019, and it could have been roughly this time 2 years ago to date. Thinking about it, when Ben Johnson made his Premier League debut and pocketed Aguero, yeah, it's just coming to my head right now at the time of recording. So Johnson probably wanted to carry on where he left off from 2 years ago, but he just couldn't do it today. And it's a shame, because Ben Johnson's a really good player, and I like him a lot. Some people say he's not a left back, he's not a right back, he can't switch between the two. Disagree. I think he can play either flank, but today wasn't his day. There was a little bit of a mix-up in the Man City box. Lingard struck the ball, Souček headed it, Antonio and Ederson went together to get the ball. Ederson came off worse and went down. That was the start of a few goalkeeping mishaps in terms of getting hurt. Ederson went down but eventually got back up. West Ham had the attack there. I would say West Ham had the attack, but it wasn't counter-attacking, so to speak. Defensively, no problems. Attacking-wise, needed a bit more flow on the counter. Needed a few more gaps. City wouldn't give those gaps because they're so good defensively as well as they are offensively. So trying to get past Ruben Dias, John Stones, Kyle Walker, and those kind of players, you needed something special. After half an hour, Man City took the lead with their first attempt on goal. What a cross. Kevin De Bruyne, what a cross, mate. Got it over every single West Ham defender's head. Ruben Dias is in the box with another City player. Diaz heads it at Randolph. Randolph tries to parry it, but it goes into the net. Fabianski wouldn't even have stopped that. Doesn't matter who was in goal, Randolph, Fabianski, Martin Trott. None of them would have stopped that. Really powerful header from Diaz. But the cross from Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best I've seen in the Premier League this season. How he whipped it in, ball on his chest, knee, crosses it over everyone's heads, and it's the perfect goal. It was Ruben Dias who scored it, but De Bruyne takes the credit for all the hard work in that. Excellent assist from him. Just checking my notes right now. I'm just at a miss here if I don't mention Pablo Fornals. I'm so mad at myself that I haven't mentioned him at this point right now. Pablo Fornals turned into Romfordinho today. He was Romfordinho in the way he played. Class in the midfield. Able to weave in and out between different spaces with the ball. Linked up well with Jesse Lingard. And Jesse Lingard wanted this because he's a Man United player playing against his City rivals in his birth city of Manchester. So Lingard and Fornals linked up to find Antonio in the box. Antonio turned around and hit the post. Maybe Antonio took a little bit too long to make the turn, but it was a good chance. Something was coming. Equalizer was coming. Those three were involved in it. Lingard with his technical blessing. Lingard, Fornals, Coufal runs. Lingard pass across goal, evades Ederson. Michail Antonio is there on the goal line to tap it in. Lingard thought that he'd got the goal, but it turns out that Antonio needed to tap that in just to be sure. It's Michail Antonio goal, a Jesse Lingard assist, and it's 1-1. Deserved goal, very well worked, lovely move. Man City aren't keeping the clean sheet. And because of that goal that West Ham scored, it meant that Chelsea's record of conceding 15 goals, the fewest ever in Premier League history, which occurred during the 2004-05 season, that remains intact. Because Man City have now conceded 16 goals in the season. So Chelsea fans, you're fine, your record's intact. Don't worry, thank us later. Also, according to the commentators on DAZN, that was the first goal Ederson had let in at the Etihad since James Maddison scored in Leicester's 5-2 win there. So that's over 1,000 minutes of football at the Etihad. Well, second half started off quite concerningly for West Ham. Fabianski was already ruled out with an injury, and Randolph went down because of a knee problem. He kicked the ball and felt a bit of a strain. David Martin had to go and warm up just in case. The goalkeeper thing needs to be addressed in the summer. Let me point this out before I go any further. The goalkeeping situation at West Ham needs to be addressed in the summer for real. Because we've got all our goalkeepers who are over the age of 33 years old. That is not what Moyes wants in general. He wants a younger team. And Nathan Truck's got to come through the ranks. We need to sign another goalkeeper. Okay, and someone who's younger and not necessarily fitter, but someone who could be reliable and not worry about getting hurt, so to speak. Randolph got back up and he was okay, but Craig Dawson had to take the free kicks and the goal kicks as a result of Randolph's knee potentially failing. Crazy minute of football happened. Fornals with the run in the box, little bit of a sidestep, trying to make a player. In the box, loses the ball in the box. But the run into the box from him was fantastic. Got past loads of players and nothing came of it. Kevin De Bruyne got the ball back, ran in the opposite direction. Issa Diop flies in for the tackle to try and get the ball, completely misses it, and De Bruyne's got free space to run. Crosses it in the box, no one's there to tap it in. Mad minute of football. Could have been a goal either way there, but it kept everyone on the toes. Ben Johnson was error prone, like I say. He was, honestly, at fault for City's winning goal. He was one of the main reasons why it went 2-1 to City. Johnson plays Mahrez onside. That was the first mistake, and then does nothing to try and get to Mahrez. So that gives Mahrez carte blanche to pass it to John Stones, who fires it into the net. And it's 2-1 to Man City. On the other hand, it's worth acknowledging that 2 defenders scored City's goals. Not 2 forwards. Not Aguero, Jesus, Sterling, Gundogan, KDB. No one from that department. It was defenders scoring the goals. Diaz and Stones. So what does that kind of tell you? Well, it tells us that City have good defenders that can score and want to do a golden boot charge. But it also tells you that West Ham did well to stop City's attack. I think that was a key thing. Just stopping City's attack. And if you want to play against City, play like City. Not much more to talk about, in all honesty. Substitutions happened. Foden came on for Man City. For West Ham, Ben Rama and Bowen were on. Off came Johnson Antonio. Antonio was probably very tired because he'd been running his socks off. And Johnson coming off was understandable. Maybe it came too late to take Johnson off. But he can hold his head up. He's going to make mistakes in his young age. Don't get on his back too much. Don't go slagging him off. Because Bowen's been slagged off. And actually, no. Good talk about that. Bowen's turned off his DMs on social media because fans were ripping him apart. Don't do the same to Johnson. Okay? Don't give him the crap that you gave Bowen. Okay? It's not on. It's not right. And it's just damaging his confidence. Pick him up again. He's playing for West Ham. He's wearing the shirt. He's a member of the club. Show as much respect to him as you would to the regular fan favourites, so to speak. Okay? Don't tear into Ben Johnson. He didn't have a good game. I will admit that. But it's against Man City. He's not going to be perfect. It finished Man City 2, West Ham 1. And everyone put in a shift. Okay? Everybody was excellent today. Fornals and Lingard were excellent. So was Antonio in getting the goal. Souček was fantastic on his birthday. Coufal ran riot in that game. Coufal looked dejected at full time. He was crouching down with his hands over his eyes, looking very emotional. It's nothing to be sad about, Vladimir. You did awesome. Everyone did awesome today. And it's Man City. Hey, they're leading the league for a reason. They're top of the league for a reason. They've got a squad net worth of over £1 billion. Come on. Valiant effort. Didn't show them too much respect. And played to their standards. Even John Stones admitted that West Ham made it very tough for City when he spoke in his post-game interview. So, yeah. Well done, West Ham, today. Go again next week. Thank you very much for watching the post-game show, The Aftermath. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. It's going to be, 9 days now until West Ham play again? It feels like forever, doesn't it, when we play on a Monday night? What am I going to do until then? Well, I've got another article coming up for the website. I've got other bits going on as well with the channel. And I'm going to be going on a few other channels as well. And maybe a couple of podcasts too. We'll see what happens next week, but I'll be going on Forge for Mine again to talk to them about transfer news. If you don't know who they are, I'll put a link in my bio. Go and subscribe to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.